Welcome to Ruby News, where music's biggest moments and stories take center stage. From global tours to iconic releases, we've got it all. Big headlines today include star-studded tours, chart-topping hits, and groundbreaking releases. Kicking things off with a rising star, we preview Faouzia's 2026 international tour. Moroccan-Canadian singer-songwriter Faouzia is gearing up for her 2026 international tour, promoting her debut album, Film Noir. The European leg kicks off June 17th at Heimathafen Neukölln in Berlin, followed by the North American dates starting in July. Highlights in Canada include Vancouver on August 3rd, Toronto on August 19th, and Montreal on August 21st. Released in 2025, Film Noir is the creative centerpiece driving this global tour. Tickets will be available starting April 24th at 10 a.m. local time, and that's how Faouzia is taking her music global. Now to another exciting tour update. Next, Stranger Things composers Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein extend their European tour dates. Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein, the Emmy-winning composers of Netflix's Stranger Things, have extended their 2026 European music tour. New stops include Belgrade, Athens, and Barcelona. The tour showcases music from all 5 seasons of the hit series, accompanied by an immersive light and fog experience designed by visual artist Marcel Weber, also known as MFO. This production blends concert and cinema, with lighting described as creating a physical presence through dreamy glows and intense haunted movements. Key performances are set for London's Roundhouse on June 21st and Dublin's 3 Olympia Theatre on September 21st, promising audiences a truly unique multimedia experience. That was an electrifying update for Stranger Things fans. Let's head to our next story about tours and creativity. From multimedia concerts to Southern Gothic vibes, we check out Ethel Cain's Coachella plans. Ethel Cain's 2026 Coachella stage design, crafted by London-based designer Ollie Coleman, is a stunning mix of Southern Gothic and industrial themes. The set includes overgrown plants, rusted car parts, and a scythe-shaped microphone stand, all tying into Cain's storytelling inspired by the American South. Recycled materials, including grass, repurposed from Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance, were modified to match the stage's look. Coleman says the design reflects Cain's exploration of a deconstructed modern American society in her music. The stage will also head out on her upcoming tour. Ethel Cain's vision for Coachella is sure to turn heads. Now onto some festival news with a different beat. Wrapping up the act, we turn to Thomas Bangalter's involvement in Art Basel 2026. Thomas Bangalter, former member of Daft Punk, is set to co-headline the Warehouse Artifacts event at Art Basel in Basel, Switzerland on June 20th, 2026. Organized by Nordstern Basel in partnership with Art Basel and Foundation Baylor, the lineup includes Bangalter, house music producer Rampa, and conceptual artist Julien Charrière. The event will take place at Hall 1.1 South in Messe Basel from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. This marks a big moment for Bangalter, who returned to DJing in October 2025 after stepping away from the decks since 2009. Combining electronic music with contemporary art, this unique collaboration is bound to be an unforgettable experience. That was Thomas Bangalter blending music with art. Let's dive into some noteworthy releases next. Starting strong in this act, Katy Perry collaborates with Stevie Nicks on a reimagined hit. Katy Perry has announced a director's cut of her hit song, The One That Got Away, featuring narration by Stevie Nicks. This unique release brings together Perry, the global pop sensation, and Nicks, the legendary Fleetwood Mac artist, in an exciting collaboration. The updated version revisits one of Perry's career highlights with new artistic elements, showcasing her commitment to reimagining her past work and preserving her musical legacy. The director's cut will be available to fans worldwide in the coming weeks. A powerful collaboration between 2 icons. Next, we have an artist exploring heritage through music. Now Adéla channels her roots into a bold new single. Slovak-born pop artist Adéla is back with her latest single, KGB. The track uses sharp humor and references to the Soviet Union's KGB as metaphors to explore her Slovak heritage and immigrant identity. The music video, filmed at the Los Angeles Theater, features striking visuals, including a custom recreation of Natalie Portman's iconic ballet costume from Black Swan, designed by Kate and Laura Mullavey with styling from Chris Horan. Adéla explains the song and video are deeply personal and not endorsements of the organization. calling it a bold introduction to her upcoming album. She describes it as a get-to-know-me track for her audience. Currently on tour as Demi Lovato's opening act, Adéla continues to rise as a prominent voice in pop music. Adéla's artistic storytelling stands out. Stay tuned as MOMO brings global inspiration into his latest work. MOMO introduces Egum, a preview of his upcoming bilingual album. London-based Brazilian artist MOMO has released Egum, the lead single from his upcoming bilingual album, Tum Tum Tum. The track draws on Afro-Brazilian rhythms inspired by candomblé, invoking ancestral spirits. MOMO describes the song as something that naturally came to life while playing to the pulse of the drums. Recorded live in South London, the single showcases a collaboration with Brazilian music legend Marcos Valle and Nina Miranda from Smoke City. Tum 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 is MOMO's 8th studio album, promising a blend of global and cross-cultural musical influences. The album is set to drop later this year. MOMO's multicultural approach adds layers to his craft. Next, we spotlight some releases from iconic artists. Grimes embraces experimental AI to craft her bold new album, Psy Opera. Grimes has announced a new album, Psy Opera, set for release in 2026. This marks her return to music after a creative hiatus. The project dives into experimental themes like machine consciousness and features generative AI lyrics on a track called DeepSeek, created by a Chinese open-source AI model of the same name. In a recent interview, Grimes shared that she decided to remove some of the album's more violent material, aiming for a fresh blend of musical and conceptual styles. She called the title Psy Opera a playful nod to the term psyops. Tracks like The Light Ages and Eve is Online hint at a bold, boundary-pushing approach that promises to deliver something truly innovative. Grimes pushes the boundaries again. Now we check in with Beck and his acoustic journey. Beck returns with Ride Lonesome, plus announces live shows for 2026. Beck is back with his first original single in years called Ride Lonesome. The track dives into introspective acoustic territory, echoing the vibe of his iconic albums Sea Change and Morning Phase. For this release, Beck teamed up with longtime producer Nigel Godrich and reunited with members of his early touring band, Jason Faulkner and Smokey Hormel on guitar and Joey Waronker on drums. Known for mixing genres like folk, cowboy country, and hip-hop, Beck captures themes of loss and longing in the song's lyrics. Looking ahead to 2026, he has announced a handful of live performances in Australia, including 2 orchestral-backed shows, along with a special solo concert in Nashville. Stay tuned for more from this ever-evolving artist. Beck's latest release sets the tone for an exciting string of performances. Let's check out what Mezcal has been brewing. Mezcal's raw new single War Machine takes listeners on a dark, stirring ride. Mezcal's new single War Machine dives into power and control with raw, atmospheric production. Recorded at Steel City Studios, the track captures the band's experimental edge during a key moment in their rising international presence. It explores the seductive yet destructive nature of power, signaling a new chapter in Mezcal's creative journey. As their global audience grows, War Machine showcases their talent for tackling profound, universal themes. Mezcal continues his bold musical experimentation. From new releases, we transition to the latest charts. First up, in this act, BTS shines on Soompi's K-pop chart for the 3rd week straight. BTS's hit song, Swim, has taken the #1 spot on Soompi's K-pop music chart for April week 4, making this its 3rd straight week at the top. The chart tracks global K-pop trends, combining various data sources to measure performance. BTS's continued dominance highlights their unrivaled influence in the genre, with IVE's Bang Bang sitting at #2 and Hearts to Hearts Rude landing at #3. Meanwhile, AKMU made an impressive debut at #5 with Joy, Sorrow, A Beautiful Heart, showcasing their unique artistry. Soompi reports BTS's success with Swim reflects their lasting global appeal, proving the song is a strong player in an intensely competitive K-pop scene. BTS keeps raising the bar for global music domination. Now let's turn to country music's big recognition moment. Country's women artists take center stage at the 2026 ACM Awards nominations. The 2026 ACM Awards nominations are out, and women artists are taking center stage. Megan Moroney leads the pack with 9 nominations, closely followed by Miranda Lambert with 8. Ella Langley and Lainey Wilson also made waves, each earning 7 nods. Women dominated several categories this year, but concerns remain about gender disparities in the country music industry. Despite their strong showing in the nominations, only 2 songs by female artists are in Mediabase's top 20 chart. Some structural issues in categories like Duo of the Year have sparked criticism as well. The ACM Awards will be held on May 17th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. The ACM Awards spotlight women in country music, closing the show, a celebration of legacy like no other. Finally, we look ahead to the 2026 release of the highly anticipated Michael Jackson biopic, Michael. Antoine Fuqua's biographical film, Michael, centered on Michael Jackson's rise and legacy, is set to hit theaters on April 24, 2026. The production underwent 22 days of reshoots funded by the Jackson estate for $15 million to meet legal restrictions, including cutting material tied to past allegations. These changes underline the challenges of portraying Jackson's complex story, which Fuqua has described as too important for our culture to just walk away from. Jafar Jackson stars as Michael, alongside Coleman Domingo as Joe Jackson, exploring the pressures and dynamics in the iconic family. Early ticket sales suggest Michael could top Bohemian Rhapsody at the box office on opening weekend. Exploring the king of pop's lasting legacy, Michael promises to be a defining cinematic moment. Thanks for tuning in to Ruby News. See you next time for more sound and story.